HIA and its member schools thank you for coming to support your team today. High school sports are an extension of classroom learning experience. The student athletes in front of you worked hard in the classrooms and at practice to be able to play here today. As we encourage them to demonstrate good sportsmanship, we would also like to ask you, our fans, to help make this a meaningful event for our athletes by showing respect for your team, the opposing team, the coaches, and the officials. We thank you in advance for the positive sportsmanship you will display today. Please be reminded, for the safety of players, coaches, officials, and all spectators, you are not permitted on the court before, during, or after the game. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Now, let's meet the starting lineups. For our visitors, Salem High School, number 15, Michaela Daly. Number 7, Mia Catina. Number 9, Kate Joy. Number 11, Amy George. Number 13, Grace Cooper. Number 4, Maria Tanika. Number 5, Yanni Mohan. The Blue Devils are coached by Sean Stewart, and assisted by Dave Russo and Matt Crawford. And now, for our Merrimack Tomahawks. Senior number 1, Sophia Victor. Senior number 4, Lauren Portillo. Senior number 7, Amelia Walker. Junior number 8, Leah Monroe. Senior number 11, Rachel Lutz. Junior number 13, Sadie Cody. And senior number 18, Noor Aldi. The Tomahawks are coached by Tammy Lambra and assisted by Joe Struby. Tonight's game is being officiated by Damon Draper and Steve Greenwood. Tonight's athletic trainer is Elliot Musa. Now please, stand if you're able and remove your hats for the playing of the national anthem.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the H. Dana Taylor Gymnasium, the home of the Merrimack Tomahawks. As tonight we have Division I girls volleyball for you, and we have a good one. It's the 8-1 Salem Blue Devils versus the 8-2 Merrimack Tomahawks. My name is Brian Gagnon. I'll be providing the play-by-play for you tonight. Joining me on the camera, doing all the wonderful videography, is the one and only Assistant Media Services Coordinator for the town of Merrimack, and that is Justin Sles. Good afternoon, Justin.
Good afternoon, Brian. How you doing today?
Doing very well. Very excited for this one.
Yes.
Contest of two of the best teams in Division I. And joining us in studio tonight on the production. And keeping Justin and I in line, we have Grace LeMay. So good afternoon to Grace. And we've got 2 teams wearing white shirts tonight. This is interesting.
The whiteout.
It's a whiteout here at the H. Dana Taylor. For the Tomahawks, starting tonight, we will have Cody, Monroe, Walker, LD, Fornarolo, and Flett. And Victor will come in. Victor coming in as well here for Leon Monroe. There we go. I'll never get this right on that libero sub on the opening play. I don't get
Just
that.
as long as you do your best, Brian.
That's all you can ask for, right? And Rachel Flett on the line to get things started tonight. And how about an ace to get things started for Rachel?
Why the heck not?
Why not, right? She's got a few of those, and we're going to talk about that.
A quick look at that one to start off the evening here.
After the first game tonight, we'll a little stat breakdown for you for the Tomahawks and how well they are playing this year.
Some pretty impressive stat lines here for the Tomahawks, Brian. Looking forward to that one after this first set.
Now Salem on the serve, and that one goes long. That was number 4, Marina D'Amico. And it's 2-1 in favor of the Tomahawks. Tomahawks kind of looking for that signature win. They beat Exeter on Monday, 3-0. Nice win on the road for them. Victor keeps it alive. LD sets up Walker. Walker couldn't quite get that one down, but she gets a break as that one goes into the ceiling.
And Brian, before we get too far into this, I want to thank Aaron over at Salem Community TV for carrying our live feed tonight. So welcome to all the Blue Devils fans that are out there. And whether you're a Blue Devils fan or a Tomahawks fan, head on over to our Facebook page, Merrimack TV, and leave a comment under the post about tonight's game, and we'll try and shout you out before the end of this one.
Ace for Sophia Victor, and the Tomahawks racing out to a 4-1 lead. Victor again on the line. Another great serve by Sophia. And Salem with the answer, number 9, Kate Doyle.
This is going to be a good one tonight, Brian.
Yeah, I think so.
We're going to have one more look at this one.
Doyle with authority. And the point to Salem, it is 4-2 Merrimack. On the line, number 1, Hannah Woodring for Salem. LD to Walker. You betcha!
Wow.
Boy, we've seen that a few times this year.
Yes, we have. And we'll see it one more time here on the replay. Awesome shot there.
Aldib already 2 assists, Walker 2 kills already. And Aldib to the line. What a serve by Noor. Yes, indeed. Another point for Merrimack. They have a 6-2 lead. Boy, this team they have come together very, very well this year and playing so well together. Look at that serve by Aldib. Catches Salem off guard, and it's an ace.
You know, the stands are letting them know, too, Brian. The audience is loving it. The student section, loving it.
A lot of people talking about this team. They've been the talk of the fall sports season here. As Aldib launches one there. Point to Salem. Unbelievable 8-2 start for Merrimack. Of course, they have not really played the brass of their schedule yet. And Salem, one of those teams tonight. Walker puts it down for Merrimack. Set up by who else? Noor Aldib. And this is Amelia Walker on the line. Good serve by Amelia. Dug up by Eldib. And a block by Althouse, but into the net. And that'll be a kill for Salem. Maddie Mohan getting credit for that one. We have an 8-4 game. On the line for Salem, number 8, Riley Blanchette. Boy, Amelia Walker's come to play tonight. Already 3 kills for the Tomahawks.
And looks like there's some confusion again with the lineup here. We had that issue last time we were broadcasting here.
Yeah, hopefully they straighten that out. Tomahawks really uncharacteristically against BG beat themselves in that game. And that was a game that I think was there for the taking. Monroe with the kill. Leah Monroe back in the lineup.
Yes, and Brian, I totally agree with you about that BG game.
You know,
Tomahawks just beating themselves on that one.
And another Nor Eldib assist. She has 4. Monroe, her first kill. And now she's looking for an ace. Can't get it. That was dug up nicely by Salem. And a kill for Mohan, her second. Very well done by Salem. And they're back in this here. It is.
Get some subs here. Salem, number 1 coming out. 13 going in.
9-5 Merrimack. Mohan on the serve. Dug up by Flett. DeGrazia keeps it alive. Mohan up over the top, dug up by Eldib. Now Flett has to get it over. She does. Mohan, nice play in the back. Dug up by Eldib. Now Victor to Flett. Oh, a beautiful tip.
Love that.
By Rachel Flett. 10-5 Merrimack. And this will be Lena Eldib, Nor's sister, on the line. Tomahawks with a 5-point lead over the Blue Devils here on Merrimack TV. Ooh, Eldib missed that one. So that is 3 service errors now for Merrimack. We mentioned, that BG game. They were giving BG a lot of points. Well, they're giving Salem 3 already in this one. If they can clean that up, they're going to be a very, very tough team to beat.
Yes.
If they aren't already. Cody tried to get that one down, could not. Salem, number 13, Grace Hoover, knocks it out of bounds. Oh, no. So there was a deflection.
Let's check the replay on that one, Brian. We're not going to be able to change any minds here, but that definitely looked a little long to me.
They said it was deflected at the net. So now a 10-7 game. Point to Salem. And on the line is number 16, Vanessa Cruz. Now that's an ace.
And Brian, I was going to say it a little earlier. It felt to me like this game could just totally change gears at any moment here. This is going to be a real close, well-contested match. So.
Now, Salem, we'll finish that thought in just a moment.
Yes.
We have the play here, Nor to Flett, and Flett puts it down. So, we're talking about these two teams. They played very, very similar schedules to start the season. In fact, the only difference, really, Merrimack has played BG. Salem has played Hollis Brookline. And Salem beat Hollis. That's a very good team. Cody tried to get that one over. She does. Nice tip by number 13, Grace Hoover.
And finding that opening on the floor there.
Very nicely done. Hoover on the tip. And it's 11-9. Great first game here on Merrimack TV. You're watching Division I girls volleyball here on Merrimack TV. Brian Gagnon, Justin Slez here. I'd say buckle your seatbelts. This is going to be a fun night tonight. Ooh, and a good serve by Marina D'Amico.
And I do want to remind you, if you want a shout out, just head on over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/MerrimackTV, or on the Facebook app on your phone. Leave a comment under the post about tonight's game, and we'll try and give you a shout out before this one's over. If you're a Blue Devils fan or a Tomahawks fan, we want to hear from you.
There's D'Amico on the serve, dug up by Victal. Eldib to Walker. Oh, nice dig there by Grace Hoover. That one gets over. McLaughlin gets that to Eldib, who gets it over. Now Hoover. And no deflection on that one. That was very close.
We'll check it one more time here.
Let's see.
Did look close, but it goes long and just out of the reach there.
Clearly, Justin, no deflection, in my opinion. Merrimack with the 12-10 lead. And here's Victal. Hoover gets it over to Mia Contarino. Eldib to Walker. Ooh, she couldn't get that one over. So that's the first time tonight Amelia knocks one into the net. She got the previous 3 down. Merrimack with a 12-11 lead. They've led the whole way here in game 1.
A lot of substitutions here by the feel of it.
Oh, nice dig by Fornarolo. Got it way over the net. Contarina to Mohan. Now Adib gets it over. They set it up. Nice block by Monroe. Now Mohan gets it down. And that's a kill for Mohan. That's her third. And we are tied at 12.
And we'll check that one out one more time. Didn't look like it was going over the net for a second and then back up and over.
Second tie here in game number 1. We were tied at 1 back earlier in this game. Nice dig by McLaughlin. Monroe couldn't get it down. Nice dig by Salem. Mohan with the tip up.
Wow.
And the points. Salem has its first lead of the game.
Great little tap there for Salem.
Right over the double wall.
Talk about keeping you on your toes.
Ooh, the Salem faithful coming out here tonight. Fornarolo whiffs on that one.
And that's going to go out of bounds.
Out of bounds. So the point to Merrimack. Not so fast.
A couple of the Blue Devils kind of shrugging, but
and the coaches disagree. Danny Russo and Sean Stewart, the head coaches of Salem. LD with a bomb. And we have a double hit. So Salem with the unforced error. And Merrimack back in the lead. It is 14-13. LD crushes another one. I think she ate her Wheaties this morning, Justin.
I believe so.
My goodness. Walker dug up by Contarina. Mohan. Victor with the dig. That goes out of bounds, and we have an injury here. It looks like Mohan's gonna be okay though. And I think the coach is gonna get a substitution here as Salem ties the game at 14. Mohan landed really awkwardly there, and Salem's gonna get time out here, give her a little time to catch her breath and recover a little.
Yep. And Brian, we do actually already have a shout out here on the Merrimack TV Facebook page. Sarah Campbell says, watching from a divided house tonight. Dr. Campbell says, go Merrimack. And Mr. Campbell says, go Blue Devils. So Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Mr. Love to hear from you. Some guy named Brian Gagnon says, go get it, girls. Good luck tonight.
Who's that?
I don't know, but thank you to Brian.
I hear he's a pretty good announcer.
I've actually heard that. I wasn't going to say it because I wasn't quite sure if that was the name I recognized, but yeah, I've heard that. I just haven't. I haven't clarified it with myself.
He's very humble too.
So humble. If you want to shout out, head over to our Facebook page and leave a comment under the post about tonight's game. Let us know how you're watching, who you're rooting for. And we'll try and get at you before this one's through.
So Merrimack got off to a really good start here in game one.
Yeah, very strong start.
But Salem has responded here. They were down at one point 10-5 in this first game, and now we're tied at 14. They scored 9 of the last, how many points? 9 of the last 13. I was
wow.
Like, there we go. So Salem will be on the serve. This is Mia Contarino. And she's the libero for Salem. Yeah, it looks like Maddie Mohan is okay. Glad to see that.
Doing some fun hand slaps or something going on there.
Yeah.
Welcoming her back in.
Mohan already 3 kills tonight. And Walker has 3 of her own. But that time she is denied. Salem leading 15-14. Game number 1, we played a 25. 25, win by 2. And a service error right there for Salem. Point to Merrimack. We're tied again.
Brian, it's only the first set here, but I've already got crazy anxiety about this game.
Yeah, this is going to be one of those games. I have a strong feeling. Walker, great serve. Mohan, even better kill. Mia Mohan. I'm sorry, Maddie Mohan. I'm getting my Mias and Maddies all mixed up here.
I'm going to see that one more time.
My goodness. Mohan getting all of this one.
I would be diving out of the way, actually, of that shot there.
I would be in that little alleyway back there. Just nowhere near that. Got to respect.
Playing it safe.
These girls getting in front of those.
Yes.
And on the serve, it is Salem, number 8, Riley Blanchette. Aldib to Flett. And partially tipped by Merrimack. That was Monroe on the tip. DeGrazia has to get it over. She does. A little tricky shot there by Sophia.
Wow.
And a kill by Rachel Flett.
She sees the spot and she takes advantage of it in that back corner there.
And we have yet another tie. We've had just back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ties since 12-12. And this is the 6th tie of game 1.
Wow.
Monroe on the serve for Merrimack. Ooh, miscommunication by Salem. They recover. Aldib to Flett. You betcha! Rachel Flett with her 3rd kill.
Awesome.
Look at this set by Aldib. All the way over to the corner. She is one of the best at that. And Flett one of the best at what she does. Great serve by Monroe. Tipped out.
Ooh,
dug up.
Tricky little shot there.
Althouse, nice tip over. DeGrazia sets it for Althouse. Dug up. Mohan. Good dig by Merrimack. Flett. Blocked by number 11, Lily George. And we are tied again at 17.
And Salem fans loving that one.
And here is Mohan on the line. And she'll knock that into the net. Break for Merrimack. So now Merrimack has 3 unforced errors to Salem's 4. So it's kind of evened out here a little. And here's Lena Aldib. Great serve by Lena. Blocked. And the point to the Tomahawks. That was Flett and Sadie Cody, our last 2 players of the game. And stay tuned tonight to find out tonight's Merrimack TV player of the game at the end of the game.
Can't wait. Wow.
Great dig
Just
by
hammered
Lena.
that one, and
not much they could do there.
no. Just short of everyone standing up and moving the seats suddenly to make room, but that wasn't happening this time.
19-18. Game number 1. Salem trying to tie this one. I think we're going to be here a while tonight, Justin.
I believe we are. I think this one's actually going to go to 4 games tonight.
You think 4? Okay.
4.
I think that's a safe bet. Great move by Aldib. Now she'll set up Flett. Flett with the tip. Nice recovery by Riley Blanchette. Flett gets the tip off the net. Now she goes back, gets it. Blocked out of bounds, and Flett gets the kill for Merrimack. 20-18. Tomahawks, as we mentioned, trying to make a statement here tonight against a very good Salem team. Out of bounds. I'm sorry, that's a hand under the ball there. 21-18 Tomahawks. They've had 4 of the last 5 points, 6 of the last 8, and right on cue.
How do you do it, Brian?
Flett into the net.
It's like magic, but not fun.
Not the good kind.
Not the good kind of magic.
So 21-19, we have Marina D'Amico on the service line for Salem. They need these points. LD to Walker, the tip.
Wow.
Oh, Salem gets it over. Wow.
Great play there by Salem.
Cody gets it over with a little tip. Now D'Amico sets it up. LD, great job. Walker. What a dig there by Mohan. Out of bounds to the Tomahawks. I'm sorry, double hit. And the Tomahawks 3 points away from taking game 1. And they'll give the ball to Sophia Victor. See if she can get Merrimack the W here. D'Amico. Oh, great stop by Victor. Blocked by Walker.
Oh, my
and it's
goodness.
over.
That's not over yet there, Brian.
Oh, I meant the ball.
Oh, okay, I see. All right.
Not quite over yet.
Little miscommunication here. Over the net.
Blocked by Walker on that one.
Wow.
Solo block.
And you've seen that all season long. That great blocking defense here by the Merrimack Tomahawks up front.
And just great defense in general. I think
Yes.
the biggest difference for me in this year's team from last year's team is the defense. They have just stymied the other team. You got some girls here on Salem that can crush the ball.
Yes.
But when you get Sophia Victor and Noor and Rachel back there, and Sophia DeGrazia, and, doing work. I mean, they're just getting in front of everything, stopping everything.
Yeah.
That's the biggest difference I've noticed this year. From a tactical standpoint, but the camaraderie on this team is second to none. This team plays together.
Absolutely.
Set up for Mohan, dug up by
Wow.
Fornarillo. Walker tries to get another one down. And, what a shot by number 13, Grace Hoover.
Great shot there, and the Blue Devils are fired up on that one, as they should be.
Wow, that was painted in the corner by Hoover. And we have a 23-20 game. Tomahawks in the lead, game 1, best of 5 from the H. Dana Taylor. Hannah Woodring on the serve. Fornarolo into the rafters. McLaughlin keeps it alive. Aldeeb's got to get it over. She does.
Unbelievable.
And a miscommunication
Wow.
by Salem. What a point. Fornarolo, McLaughlin, and Aldeeb.
I got to see this one more time. She
Look
somehow
at
gets it
this.
over there. And
That might be the point of the game right now. Game point for the Tomahawks. Noor Aldeeb on the line. One of the MVPs of this team. And will that do it? They got to get it over. They do. Victor keeps it alive. Aldeeb sets up Althaus. And Althaus couldn't get it down. Nice play by Salem. Aldeeb to Walker. Salem staying alive here by the skin of their teeth.
yes.
Walker. Point to the Tomahawks. Game 1 to Merrimack. 25-20. Tomahawks take game 1. Amelia Walker just owning game 1 for Merrimack. Offensively, defensively, she did it all in that first game. And the Tomahawks take a 1-0 lead. Well, we kind of teased this a little bit before the, or during game 1. So while we have a little break here in the action, we wanted to show you some of the stats from the recent New Hampshire Sports Page NHIAA Division I leaders, and it is littered with Tomahawks. So if you look at these numbers right now, and the caveat here is they're not all teams have submitted their stats for every game. So that's the lone caveat I have. However, Amelia Walker, 3rd in solo blocks. Sadie Cody is 9th in solo blocks with 8. We move on to kills, and we have Amelia Walker and Rachel Flett, 3rd and 4th for Merrimack. 107 kills for Amelia. She's adding to that total tonight. Look at defensive digs, folks. Sophia Victor leading all of Division I right now with 112
Wow.
digs. Noor Aldeeb with 76 rather. Aces right now, your service aces, look at the top two, or actually tied for first, Rachel and Amelia at 34 each. But this is the one that absolutely killed me, and it's assists. We talk about the season that Noor Aldeeb is having. Look at that total, folks. 232 assists. That is 98 more than the next player on the list. She's averaging 23.2 assists a game. Noor Aldeeb has been sensational this season, and we've seen it here tonight in the first game with her assists as well. She just added at least 5 more to that total by my unofficial numbers. So
Unreal.
the leader boards, thank you, Grace, for providing us with those. And the leaderboard's just littered with Tomahawks. It's
You love to see it.
It's unbelievable. And we talk about the season they're having right now. And this is a very good Salem team. And we're up 1-0. You know, let's see what happens here. So Victor Lynn.
even when at the beginning of this first set, when they were the Tomahawks ahead by 5, it never felt like it was going to start running away at any point.
I don't think I'll ever be
Of course,
comfortable.
it didn't.
I will not be comfortable ever in this game.
Right.
Because this is a extremely talented Salem team, and you've seen it with Maddie Mohan. Some of those kills by Mohan.
Oh, yeah.
In the first game, you could see it. So Salem will have the serve. This is D'Amico on the line, and she will get it started for the Salem Blue Devils. Oh, it's a miscommunication for the Tomahawks.
Start it with an ace there for the Blue Devils.
Let's give D'Amico an ace.
And we'll even give it one more look here.
Salem has the lead, 1-0. Walker to Aldeeb, to Flett. Well placed by Rachel, but well defended by Salem. And Flett was way too close to the net there. Couldn't quite get any space. 2-0 Salem.
Tomahawks look like they fell out of their groove that they had at the end of that last set there. Hopefully they can get right back into it.
D'Amico, great serve. Deeb, nice carry. Over the net. Fornarolo to Deeb, to Flett. Yes. Point Merrimack.
And we'll see this one more time. As the Tomahawks finally get on the board in the second set here.
Deeb has added 6 assists so far tonight. Mohan, I'm sorry, that's not Mohan, that is Blanchette for Salem with a nice kill.
And I have a feeling that Deeb's not done adding to that total there, Brian.
I have a strong feeling when you're averaging 23 a game. Now, volleyball is not my sport, I admit it. You know, it's not, I don't know a ton about volleyball, but I do know when you're at 98 assists, higher than the next player, you're doing something.
Yes.
And that was an ace for number 1, Hannah Woodring.
And Tomahawk's got to buckle down here and kind of reel it back in before this gets out of hand.
LD to Walker. Oh, what a near save by Contarino. These liberos, Victor and Contarino, are putting on a show tonight.
They really are. And we hope you're enjoying it right here on Merrimack TV.
That is Justin Segway Sles.
Yes.
Set up by D'Amico, blocked by Walker and Monroe. But Salem able to keep it alive. Mohan to Victor, to Deeb, to Walker. Another kill for Amelia. Another assist for Noor. And it's 4-2. I'm just gonna put, I'm getting sick of writing Deeb every point. I'm just gonna put NE.
That's a good idea.
They get it over. Oh, what a job by Merrimack. Keep that alive.
I don't know how they did that, Brian. And
Walker blocked out of bounds. Point to the Tomahawks. Now, I don't know. The volleyball people would have to confirm this. Does that count as a kill? I don't think it does.
I am not sure. If you know, head on over to our Facebook page. Let us know.
Help me out. Oh, what a job.
Unbelievable.
And another point for Merrimack. We are tied at 4. This team is having fun right now.
Yeah, this team has just been so fun to watch this season, Brian.
I'm sorry, 5-4 Merrimack. I missed a point somewhere. So Merrimack in the lead. And the tip by Monroe. Point to Merrimack.
It looks like they gave the point to Salem.
Oh, I'm sorry, to Salem. She went over the net.
Yes.
You're right. The white jerseys are,
yes,
both teams with white and blue tonight.
The whiteout here at H. Dana Taylor Gymnasium. Gearing up for winter.
Tie game, 5-5, and Contarino serves one into the net. Point to Merrimack. Here is Noor Deeb. Oh, a lightning serve. Mohan, tipped by Monroe. Deeb to Walker. And
they might get this one back over,
Salem
Brian.
Gets it
they
over.
Do.
What a job by the Blue Devils. Walker, no, that's out.
A little too far on that one. Good effort on both teams there, though.
Huge credit to the Blue Devils on that one. That was Contarino, D'Amico, and company there, getting that out of the rafters. That rattled around the basketball hoop.
Yes.
Looked like it was going to be a 2-point field goal there for a second.
Merrimack High School, lowest rafters in the game, Brian.
That's right. And here is Riley Blanchette. Dug up by Amelia Walker. Victor got it over. Mohan gets it over. What a shot by Maddie
unreal.
Mohan. Oh, my goodness. Worth another look.
Just look how casually she's doing this, like behind, not behind the back, but
it's like she knew where she was going to put that the entire time. 7-6 Salem. Big point there for Mohan. And Blanchette back on the service line for the Blue Devils. Victor to Eldib. Oh, and Mohan says, no thank you.
yeah, big open space on that side, and the Blue Devils take advantage.
That is too easy for somebody as good as Mohan.
There it is.
Yeah, there was nobody in the vicinity for the Tomahawks to even defend that. Victor. Oh, and Eldib couldn't set that up for Eldib.
Good
And
effort, but
I think Coach Lambro may want a timeout here. Let's see. Nope. And the Salem fans back into it here as they have a 9-6 lead. This is their biggest lead of the night, I believe. Oh, and an ace for Blanchette. What a series for Riley Blanchette. She's reeled off 4 straight points here for Salem. That one goes long. So that'll end that Salem run. But they have a 10-7 lead here in game number 2. Tomahawks leading the match 1-0 in a battle of 8 win teams in Division I. Here's Amelia Walker. LD to Monroe, and she couldn't get that down. Nice defense by Salem. Mohan dug up by LD. Monroe sets it up for Flett. That one's tipped. Oh, what a great recognition by Julia Peterson, number 6.
And Peterson finding another opening on the floor there. Just left vacant by the Tomahawks.
That is one thing that I've noticed with Salem and BG the last 2 games. They find where the defense is not, and they put the ball there.
Yes.
Better than any team we've seen this year.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. And it's paying off here in set number 2.
I mean, it's a great strategy. You know, I am not a volleyball coach by any stretch of the imagination, but that one is an ace for Maddie Mohan. What a game she's having. Blue Devils with a 5-point lead here in Merrimack. That one is out. Point to Merrimack.
Tomahawks needed that one, I think, Brian.
They sure did. Stop the bleeding a little bit.
Yeah.
There. 3 unforced errors here for Salem in the second game. Merrimack, none. I was waiting for Leah to throw that one into the net as I said that. She got that one over. LD to Flett. Yes.
And number 5 a little off balance there, going for the ball.
Instead of writing LD and Flett, I'm now just going NE and RF.
Sounds good to me, Brian.
I know who they are. As if anybody really cared about that. Nice dig by Monroe. Point to Merrimack as that hit the net. So another error by Salem. 12-10. Tomahawks back in it.
Energy just changed here in the room, Brian.
Little momentum shift if you felt that at home. And Monroe takes care of that momentum shift as that is sent into the student section. 13-10 Salem. Excellent game here tonight in Division I girls volleyball. Merrimack TV, so happy you could join us. Our second to last volleyball broadcast, if you can believe that.
Yeah.
As another point for Salem.
So, I mean, the girls are going to got a lot of on-the-road games here at the end of their season.
A couple of home games we're not covering. Hollis Brookline here on Monday. We'll be at field hockey on Monday.
Ah, yes.
More on that in just a moment. Flett gets it over for Merrimack, and a big point to make it 14-11. Yes, we will be covering our first field hockey game on Monday afternoon. It'll be senior night.
Yes.
And 5:30 start. Senior night festivities beginning at 5 here on Merrimack TV. We hope you join us. Should be a lot of fun. Lena Eldib. Blocked and tipped over.
And Brian, I mentioned it at the soccer game. We're actually covering that because they've decided to move the game to the Student Memorial Field where we have much better infrastructure to cover games.
I was wondering about that and also about the start time. Ace for Lena. As darkness would probably become an issue, right?
I would think so.
So I said they're probably going to require some lights in that game. So that will be at Student Memorial Field Monday afternoon. Senior night at 5 o'clock. Game at 5:30 against Manchester Memorial/Central.
Have they changed the time on that, Brian? I have 4:45 on my calendar here.
The time.
Okay. I'm glad someone's paying attention here. Wow. Nice dig.
To Eldib. It's going to be the fourth hit for Merrimack. So point to Salem. But Merrimack clawing their way back in it. They have trailed most of this second game. Their last lead was 6-5, and it's now 15-13.
Getting worried it was going to get out of hand there.
Yeah, they have righted the ship here a little bit. Our next volleyball game will be Tuesday, October 15th, and that'll be senior night for these girls as they take on Nashua South.
Feels like a ways away.
It does. Flett with another one. Rachel Flett puts it down.
We're going to see this one more time.
We're going to credit, I don't know who to give that assist to. Fornerello and Victor both got a piece of that. Ace for Rachel. We are tied at 15.
Those rafters giving the Blue Devils some trouble. It's like a speaker actually rattling around up there.
Boy, have a game, Rachel Flett. Keep it going, Rachel. She is feeling it right now for the Tomahawks.
Check this ace out one more time.
As you recall, was it the Spalding or the Portsmouth game where she reeled off about 6 in a row?
Ooh, that's a great question. I don't remember. I think it might have been Portsmouth.
I think you're right. Tomahawks lead at 17-15. Excuse me, and a timeout by the Blue Devil. While I compose myself.
And thank you for watching tonight's game on Merrimack TV. If you're interested in finding out more about Merrimack TV, you can email Nicholas LaValle, the Media Services Coordinator, or myself, Justin Slez, the Assistant Media Services Coordinator, at Merrimack TV at merrimacknh.gov. Questions, comments, send them our way. We'd love to hear from you. Want to set up a time to come check out the studio? We can do that too. Love to show you what we have up there. Of course, we're in Town Hall, 6 Babusick Lake Road in the West Wing. As prestigious as it sounds, of course.
So the Tomahawks at one point in this second game trailed 12-7. And they have scored 10 of the last 13 points. Talk about a run here.
Yeah, I think that at that 12-7 point, there was an errant serve by the Blue Devils that kind of started shifting it in the other direction.
According to my notes, you are correct, Justin. I love it.
Steel trap right here.
Another one for Rachel.
And the bench is loving it. The whole team's loving that one right now.
It is Rachel Flett's world. We are all living in it.
I don't hate it, Brian.
Good dig by Contarino. Victor digs that one up. Eldib tips it over.
Oh, tip there. Nice.
Hoover, nice kill attempt. Walker up over the top of the block. And into the net. Tomahawks have scored 6 in a row. And they take a 19-15 lead. Flett. Oh, Salem gets it over. No celebrating yet. Cody got it over, but blocked.
Wow.
By number 9, Kate Doyle.
Nice block there.
And boy, did Salem need that.
Yeah, shut down that momentum a little bit with that awesome block up front.
And that ends that Rachel Flett run. She's going to take a breather after 3 aces and a kill.
A well-earned break, I would say.
I would say so. Dug up by Fornarolo. LD sets it up, and they're going to say... say she hit the net or was under the net or something.
Point to Salem, whatever it is.
It's a 1917 game. Oh, ace for number 1, Hannah Woodring. Her second of this game, and Salem.
Yeah, not out of it yet here, huh?
I tell you, you said it right, Justin. Don't get comfortable in this game, because this is a good volleyball team. LD to Walker. Boy, she mistimed that. LD hit it so high. That goes on the line. It'll be a point to
Check
Salem.
the replay. I was a little slow on the camera here, unfortunately. I don't know if we'll even be able to see it.
Yeah, we'll blame the camera guy on that one. But we are tied at 19, and a big run here by Salem in response to the Merrimack run. They've scored 4 in a row. What a game.
Yeah, this is...
Boy, we've seen some great volleyball games this year, Justin. And
this one might be at the top. It's at least getting there.
It's certainly getting there. And again, like, even if Merrimack were to win this second game, I am in no way comfortable that they're going to win this match.
Oh, not at all.
It's just, but the biggest difference between tonight and what we saw against BG last week, the energy. I mean, they had Friday off last week, and that was a team that needed a day off.
Yes.
Leah Monroe's healthy again, and the whole team was just exhausted in that BG game, and you could see it. They have the energy back tonight. And especially after Monday, they swept Exeter 3-0.
Awesome game there.
So the energy seems to be back for this team. Oh, tough break off the speakers. And Woodring is pouring it on for Salem. The Blue Devils are back in the lead, 2019. LD to Walker. The tip! Oh, what a play. We're tied again.
So well placed there, Brian. So well placed. I'm just going to have to see this one more time.
Walker here times it.
Let's have a look.
Perfectly.
Wow.
It gets it up over. And here is Sophia Victor. Oh, what a shot by Mohan.
And finding that open spot. Not much to choose from there, but she finds it on the opposite side of the court.
Big response by Salem, and it's 21-20. Blue Devils stay in the lead here. And this will be Contarino on the line.
And cheers from the crowd for Salem.
Monterino with an ace.
Oh, miscommunication there, or just well placed by the service there.
But what a, the block by Kate Doyle right now, I think, is the key play of this second game. We may look at that one if you're a Salem fan. Mohan into the net. And the Tomahawks pull back within one. Lucy Althouse back in. Salem with the lead, 22-21. Nor Eldib on the line for the Tomahawks. With a little changeup. And Walker tips it down. We're tied again at 22.
Just a little bit of a floater over the top of the net.
I mean,
and Tomahawks coming up with the point that time.
That serve, I mean, when you serve with the power she has, and if you're able to drop that in there, my goodness.
It's a beautiful thing, Brian.
A little backspin on that. She has been so fun to watch this year. This entire team really has. Oh, please tell me not another lineup issue. All right, we're good. And the Salem crowd getting into it here. We should be tied at 22 here, right? Am I missing something? Maybe I missed something.
I'm not sure.
Well, in any event, Eldib sets up Walker. Oh my goodness, Contarino somehow got that one, and Walker puts it down. My goodness. We're tied at 22. Now we're tied.
Did we miss a point, Brian, or?
Boy, I don't know. I feel like it should be 23, but maybe I'm wrong. A game this close. You hope it's correct. Victor to Monroe. Nice block by Salem. Eldib sets it up for Monroe. Put to the Tomahawks.
Unbelievable.
Timeout, Salem.
I'm going to look at this one more time, Brian.
My goodness, what a game. Monroe takes the kill there from Noor Eldib. And we have a 23-22 game. So I'm trying to piece this all together. And wait, I feel like it should be 24-22.
I don't know. I feel like there's enough people here that would have said something, but yeah. I wasn't as tuned in as maybe I should have been, Brian.
This comes with the extreme caveat that I am not the best at this. So.
But you're pretty darn good, Brian. So I would trust that sheet of yours, but
I'm not sure. At the game and call the game here. There's that little backspin serve by Eldib. Tipped by Monroe. Oh, and she hit the net.
Oh, man.
Bad break for the Tomahawks.
That is.
And we're tied at 23.
Such a bummer.
So now, Riley Blanchette on the line. Reminder, you have to win by 2. So the game is to 25, but only if you win by 2. So Salem needs 2 points here.
That's right.
Eldib to Walker. Tipped. Blanchette puts it up. Eldib digs it up. Monroe got it over from Merrimack. They'll reset. Mohan. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Absolutely destroying this one.
This is destruction
I don't care how big your shovel is, Brian. You are not digging that one out.
That is for sure, Justin. 24-23. Tammy Lembro calls the timeout, and that, I mean, I'm putting her down for the kill here, but I feel like that needs like an asterisk or like
just a little highlight, maybe
caps
use a
or something. Or that was unbelievable. Now the Merrimack fans responding. But what a crowd here tonight at the H. Dana Taylor Gymnasium. You're watching Division I girls volleyball at its best. Two of the best teams in the league. Salem and Merrimack, this thing has not disappointed.
Not at all.
In
this
any way.
Is fun.
Game point for the Blue Devils. They are trying to even this match in a game apiece. And they will do so with a point here. Oh, stop that clock. There it is. That could have been bad with the buzzer going off.
Yes, yep.
So here is Blanchette. Game point for the Blue Devils. Victor gets it over. Nice job by the Tomahawks. Mohan with two of the biggest kills of the season for Salem. And the Blue Devils win game number 2, 25-23. My goodness.
Oh, man, Brian, that was some set there.
Well, we've been guaranteed of 2 more games here tonight as we have split games 1 and 2, Salem and Merrimack. Grab your favorite snack, grab a drink, grab a your favorite seat,
yes,
whatever, and get comfortable because we got 2 more games coming up, at least.
Yeah, Brian, I got a text from, not to throw too much confusion in here, but I got a text from Grace at 6:28. It's now 6:32. She said, I'm pretty sure you guys are behind a point unless one was redacted and I missed it. Should be 24 because you guys were tied 22-22 already.
So that's what I thought. And I feel like there was something missed.
And that's huge, Brian, to if there's...
Because I'm tracking this by point here, and I mean, you're talking about the difference between 25-23 and you know, Merrimack has 24 points. You know, that makes a big difference in this game. I mean, I think they missed one. I really do. But that is neither here nor there. We'll have to check the tape at tomorrow. Check the replay on
yes.
the Merrimack TV app.
Yeah, check it out.
Obviously, no sour grapes here, but I think they missed a point in a game that close. You know, I don't know. Yeah, maybe it's just me. But in any event, we are about to move on to game number 3 of what has been a tremendous match. Merrimack took game number 1 tonight by a score of 25-20. Salem just won game number 2 by a score of by an official score of 25-23. And that was a back and forth. You know, that was a game of runs, that second game.
It really was.
You know, Salem was in the lead from about 7-6 to, you know, what was it, like 15-14. And then Merrimack's Rachel Fleck comes up and does her thing. But I mentioned the block by, was it Kate Doyle on.
You did, yes.
Merrimack was up by 19-15.
Yep.
Doyle gets the block, makes that a 19-16 game. And then it was 6 points in a row for Salem at that point. And that just completely changed the momentum.
It really did.
Game.
And, Brian, I got Masty looking for a shout-out. She said, ooh, this is a tough one. I'm a Salem graduate. Said, oh, who am I kidding? Let's go Tomahawks and Coach Lambro. Thank you, Masty.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate that. You want a shout-out, head over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/MerrimackTV, or on the app. Leave a comment under the post about tonight's game, and we'll get at you before this one's through. Might be a long one tonight, Brian. So you got time, but don't wait.
I feel Masty's pain because our next game will be against Nashville South, who I used to be beat writer for Nashua Volleyball
Really?
as a senior in high school.
Brian Gagnon on the beat.
The Panther Prince.
There you go.
So I was the sports editor at the paper.
Yep.
And beat writer for volleyball and basketball and baseball.
Wow. It's quite the resume, Brian.
It was a lot of fun. And the volleyball team at the time was, I mean, we're talking like Bedford level.
Wow.
They never lost. So that'll be a good one here in a couple of weeks. That'll be our next time here. Rachel Flett will start game number 3, Salem and Merrimack. Another ace for Rachel Flett.
It's the third set that started with an ace here tonight, Brian.
You are correct. My goodness, you are
like a steel trap here.
You are
Eat
on.
my
It's the
ginkgo
second
biloba.
time Rachel Flett has done it.
Shout out to ginkgo biloba
Oh my goodness.
for the memory.
Wow. Rachel on fire right now. Might have a leader in the clubhouse right now for player of the game.
I think I might have a guess for it, but I'm not going to say it out loud. I'm just tucking it in my back pocket here.
Oh, my goodness. And on cue, of course. But nice 2 aces there for Merrimack to get started. 2-1 our score. And on the line for Salem is Marina D'Amico. LD, nice tip. And number 9, Kate Doyle tried to keep that alive with her right foot. Unfortunately, that's the wrong game.
Yeah, you can catch soccer tomorrow evening, of course.
I was just going to go there, Justin.
We'll be at the Student Memorial Field.
Beat me
4
to
o'clock.
The Bickle serve goes long.
And Brian, that is going to be girls varsity soccer welcoming Manchester Memorial, and that's going to be our first game with Chris Ortega calling.
Oh, excellent.
Calling the shots. So welcome, Chris. Hope you'll tune in.
Oh, that one stayed in, and an ace.
And Tomahawk's just standing there watching it hit the floor, and Coach Lambro is shaking her head about that one.
I'll tell you what, Hannah Woodring right now is having herself a game, particularly on the service line.
Yeah, agreed.
Gonna tally up her points in a second. Mohan.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. Another mash by Mohan.
The Mohan mash.
Yes.
We're going there right now? I already did, so I guess we're not going back.
There's no going back from that one. Really nice line drive serve. Eldib gets it over. And she keeps it alive off the rafters. Monroe gets it over. And it'll be a point to Merrimack. Tie game. We talked about, back a few games ago when Merrimack played Bedford and played them so tough. I think every game was within 6 or 7 points. And we'll finish that thought in just a moment here. Victor digs it up. Monroe. Yes!
Wow. Talk about playing them tough, Brian. But back to Bedford.
Yeah, so, talking with some of the parents after that game, too, they said the confidence, and they lost 3-0 and came home, excited after that game and said, we could beat anybody.
Yeah, and they should, Brian, because that was an excellent game.
And even after a 3-0 loss, so the confidence they've been playing with all season, as that goes into the net. That's 3 service errors already for the Tomahawks in this game. You're going to want those points back.
Yeah, big time.
And an ace for Contarino. Salem back out in front. Contarino, I believe that's her second of the game. Walker, nice adjustment. And they're going to be 4 hits. And Merrimack kind of falling apart here a little bit in game number 2. Blue Devils on a little run. Merrimack led this third game 3-1 at one point. Although a little surprised by that one. Victor gets it over. Nice job. And the point will go to Salem as it looks like Walker or Monroe hit the net there. (8-5) Blue Devils. Monroe digs it up to Aldib. And she does her thing right there. That little fake set. She just throws it over. Boy, that is perilously close to a carry.
Yes.
And she knows how to do it, though. A lot of credit to her. Oh, Walker into the net. 4 service errors for the Tomahawks.
Coach Lambro is going to be having them work on that service, I believe, at the next practice, unfortunately.
So.
And hopefully that's not going to come back and bite them.
On the line for Salem is Riley Blanchette. A reminder, we have girls soccer for you tomorrow, 4 o'clock against Memorial. The debut of Chris Ortega on play-by-play. And an ace for Blanchette. And then we will have field hockey for you on Monday. As we mentioned, senior night.
Yes.
First ever field hockey broadcast here on Merrimack TV.
Looking forward to that one.
And next Tuesday will be boys soccer against Pinkerton. Boys off to a 5-3-1 start this year. So they have now matched at least one of those service errors. But this is a big turn at the line for Leah Monroe. Trying to get a little momentum back here for the Tomahawks.
Yeah, and they need it right now.
Mohan on the line.
And that is not going to do it for the Tomahawks for a little momentum shift there. Yeah, that's
Holy
just driven
smokes.
right into the floor.
Mohan just crushing the ball tonight for Salem.
Yeah.
Girl can play. DeGrazia set that for nobody. And I think Merrimack's going to regroup here a little. Mohan adds an ace to her sterling resume here tonight. And dug up by Flett. That one gets over somehow. Oh, now Salem starting to groove here. That was number 13, Grace Hoover.
Yeah, and the Blue Devils, they are lit up right now, as is their fan section. They should be. If finding those open spots on the floor and just driving them there.
I'd almost consider a timeout here. But, again, I'm not the coach. That's why I'm up here with a headset. DeGrazia digs it up. Flett. Put a nice spin on the ball there by Flett. Aldib off the tip. Victor sets it up for Flett. And they get it over.
Wow.
DeGrazia, nice bump. Cody. Not quite. Oh, and a big point. It went out of bounds, but was it tipped? Point to Merrimack. That's a big break for the Tomahawks, it looks like.
Yeah, they're going to want to try and get back on track here, Brian.
Boy, that looked like it might have been tipped out of bounds. Now Lena LD, big turn here at the line. Really important point there, swinging this game. And
is it, Brian?
Chris Herbert says, I got your swing right here. Wow. 14-8 Salem. And boy, Hoover is starting to come alive here.
Yeah. A few Tomahawks still looking confident. A few others looking a little discouraged there on the side.
Hoover with 4 kills in the game. Fornarolo to Aldib. To Flett. That's in. Oh, no! That looked like it was in, but...
Looked like it was out from my perspective, but...
I also do not have the best eyes. Point to Salem. Cruz misses on that one. Second service error there for the Blue Devils. 15-9 Salem. Tomahawks need to get this going, and nobody better to have on the line right now than Miss Flett.
Absolutely.
Mohan dug up by the Tomahawks.
Wow.
And that one goes way out and into the student section. So, I'm noticing Rachel puts crazy spin on the ball on her serves. Maybe, she's so good on the line. And that one had no spin, but that one goes out of bounds. I guess you try to mix it up a little. You try the power serve and then put a little backspin on it. See what she does here.
Keep them guessing. And
that one won't work no matter how you hit it.
Wouldn't have wanted to guess that one, Brian.
Salem
And
crowd back into it. I want to welcome our viewers from Salem tonight. Thank you to the Salem School District Television.
Yes, thank you to Aaron over there.
For simulcasting us tonight. Oh, hello. That is number 9, Kate Doyle.
Yeah, we're going to have one more peek at this one. No hesitation there.
That was like whack-a-mole right there for Kate Doyle.
Yeah, getting high score.
My goodness. And an ace for D'Amico.
And Coach Lambro, I think, is going to probably be taking a timeout if she's got enough to spare.
Yeah, it's about that time. So Salem now with an 18-11 lead. And we are in game 2 here in Merrimack.
That's right. And in case you're wondering, the town of Merrimack's media division is branded Merrimack TV. The division is funded by way of franchise fees from Comcast cable subscribers in Merrimack. Town of Merrimack has a community TV facility located at 6 Babusick Lake Road. That is, of course, Town Hall. Our 4 cable channels reach over 5,000 homes, and we're accessible online at merrimacktv.com and on the Merrimack TV app. You're watching Merrimack TV, your community, your voice. And we're hoping, as Tomahawks fans, that Merrimack kind of gets back on track here.
They played so well the first game and a half, really. And kind of come apart a little bit here since about the 19-point area of game 2. It's been pretty much all Salem since. But the Tomahawks playing very well tonight. Walker knocks it down for the Tomahawks. That'll get them back in it.
And who's coming on the line?
I believe it is Sofia Victor. One of the only blue jerseys out there tonight. Ooh, she couldn't quite get it over.
Oh man, Brian, that's discouraging. To say the least. That's going to be an understatement.
That's the difference right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 service errors for Merrimack in this game, and they're down by 7.
Wow.
There's a difference. McLaughlin keeps it alive. Walker with a little tip. Nice job. Oh, and Mohan gets blocked there. Oh, I'm sorry, that was Blanchett that got blocked. And a double hit. (20-12) Salem. Another unforced error for Merrimack. Can't give Salem chances like this, unfortunately. That one goes out of bounds.
And Merrimack not out of it yet, but they have their work cut out for them if they want to take this third game.
Got some work to do here. Down 7. This is a good person to have up. Noor Eldib. Beautiful serve. Mohan blocked by Althouse. And number 7 under the net, that was Walker. So another.
Yeah, she's a little in disbelief there on that one, but
these teams just trading errors right now. Contarino, another one.
That's some expert game calling there, Brian, with the trading errors, and they serve up another one.
Hey, you know, it's what I do, Justin.
And you're doing it great, Brian. So we thank you.
Here's Amelia Walker. Now Walker has just really struggled on the line tonight.
Wow.
22-14 Salem. The last 6 points in this game have come off errors by the other team or penalties. Those are the ones that hurt. And here's Riley Blanchett. Eldib puts it down for the Tomahawks.
And she's been so good with that little, like, kind of tip over the top of the net there.
I love it.
Kind of when you least expect it.
Let's watch it again. Right there. You can do that when you have 230 some odd assists on the season.
Yes.
Oh, Monroe knocks it out. Another service error for Merrimack. And by my count, Noor has no assists in this game. Unless I've missed something. That's an unofficial count, but that is shocking. Almost got one there. Mohan into the nets. Point Merrimack. Well, Merrimack's going to find a way to get a bunch here. And here's Lena Eldib. 23-16. Merrimack not done quite yet here in this one. That might.
Man, Brian.
That might be curtains for this game.
And
right
Merrimack definitely getting in their own heads here.
This is the first time I've really seen them, like you said, kind of just not in the right headspace in this game. 24-16, dug up by Victor. Well, deep with a misfire, and that'll do it. 25-16 Salem. Just a shocking game by Merrimack right there. And a great win for Salem as they take that one with relative ease and take a 2-1 lead in this match.
And, Brian, I want to change my prediction from 4 games to 5 tonight.
So it's a You're adjusting your take here.
I am adjusting my take.
Yep.
Like to think that the Merrimack Tomahawks are going to bounce back here in the fourth game.
Well, it's something they've done this year. So they were in this exact spot against Concord, down 2-1. And, you know, and down in Game 4 and came back and won not only Game 4 but Game 5 as well. So they are capable of doing this. But, boy, they had their opportunity in Game 2 to go up 2-0. And you're up 19-15 in that game. And
they just let it just kind of slipped away.
That one slipped away from them. And you know, like I said, I really think they missed a point in that game. But we're going to find out. I'm going to find out tomorrow.
I'm gonna watch this game again on the Merrimack TV app. And if you haven't downloaded the Merrimack TV app yet, what are you waiting for?
Yeah, I mean,
it's free.
It's free. It's
anywhere you can get an app. So, and best part, you don't need a login. So you're not coming up with a username. You're not coming up with a password. Not anything you have to remember. You just download it, open it up, and you're ready to watch Merrimack TV to your heart's desire. Had an awesome ribbon cutting ceremony last Thursday. The Souhegan River Trail connecting Watson Park to Wildcat Falls. Great ceremony if you want to check that out. That's on the Merrimack TV app now.
Well, the Tomahawks trying to regroup here. You can see Coach Joe Struby talking with them right now. Trying to motivate the girls a little bit. I mean, like I said, that's one of the first times this year I've seen just the body language didn't look right. They kind of got frustrated there with themselves in that game. And so many unforced errors in that third game.
Yeah, really unfortunate.
But it's really proving, Justin, I think, I said it in the BG game, if they don't beat themselves, they win that game.
Yes.
They can win this game tonight. There's no doubt in my mind they can win this game. They could beat anybody on any night.
I 100% agree with you, Bryans.
You know, if they just find the sweet spot right now, get back into this thing, I think you could beat this team tonight. And they're looking for that signature win, like I said. And what a statement that would be.
And I know Tomahawks fans are hoping this is the one tonight.
It's a huge improvement. Last year, I think five wins last year, 6 wins. They're already at 8 this year. And like I said, they would love to knock off another 8-win team, but they're going to need to win this 4th game and a tie-breaking 5th game in order to do that tonight. About to get game number 4 underway. Salem leading 2-1. We thank you for joining us on Merrimack TV. Brian Gagnon here, Justin Slez, Grace LeMay, the whole crew. Happy you could join us, and thank you to our friends out in Salem carrying this game tonight.
Yes.
We hope you're enjoying the coverage. And Salem will get it started. We'll see if we can do 4 aces in a row here. This is D'Amico for Salem. Out of bounds. Point to Merrimack, and we are underway in game number 4.
Yusuf. Can you set it to 4 games? 4th game? Game 4. It's 4th game, yeah.
Victor to Aldib. Sets up Walker. Walker couldn't quite get that one over. We're tied at 1. (1-1) our score. Early stages of game number 4. Salem looking for one more win in this one, take home the victory. Merrimack trying to force a 5th and deciding game. Salem has not played in a 5th game all season. McLaughlin to Walker. She gets that over. Nice job. They set it up. Wow, a little confusion by Salem. Somehow they get it over. Walker, no. Dug up by Mohan. Mohan into the net. Point Tomahawks. 2-1 our score. And Sophia Victor will take to the line here from Merrimack. Tomahawks trailing in the match, 2-1. Leading the game, 2-1. Walker plays that off the net. LD to Walker. Way out of bounds there. And we are tied at 2. But Walker just aired that one out just a little bit. And we will have at the line now number 7, Mia Contarino. Aldine and Walker crash into each other, and we hope both girls are okay. And
slow to get up, but
so miscommunication by the Tomahawks. Luckily, no injuries there. Salem gets the point. 3-2 our score. Aldeeb sets it. Monroe tries to get it over. Good recovery. Mohan, the little tip. Aldeeb, the set to Walker. Mohan, left hand. Nice play by Mohan. Aldeeb over the top.
I love that little touch there.
My goodness.
Looks like she's going to set it up, and over the net it goes. And she's going to be at the line.
We're tied at 3. So it's Lucy Althouse into the game. She'll play up front. For Merrimack, nice power serve by Nora Aldeeb. Mohan, oh, Victor might have misplayed that. Great effort by McLaughlin and Walker to try to save that. But to no avail. I think Victor might have, if she had let that one go, I think that might have been out.
Yeah, you heard it from the bench. They were trying to call it to her, but it was too late.
Yeah, once you're committed. And the service error for Salem. 4-4 game. We've already had 4 ties in this game. Flett back in. DeGrazia in. Walker and McLaughlin out for the Tomahawks. Flett, Althouse, and Monroe up top. DeGrazia on the serve. Gets it over. Well done by Contarino. And Flett able to tip that one over. And the point to the Merrimack. 5-4 Tomahawks. Dug up by Sophia DeGrazia. Boy, Mohan, I think, tried to get a little too cute with that one.
And if you're out there watching, you want to give a shout out to one of your favorite players, whether you're a Blue Devils fan or a Tomahawks fan, head over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/MerrimackTV, and leave a comment under the post about tonight's game. We'll give that shout out for you.
The floater, Victor, Aldeeb, and Flett. Salem keeps it alive. DeGrazia to Aldeeb, to Monroe. Point to Merrimack. Seven, 4 Tomahawks. They got to stay hot here. Nice serve by DeGrazia. Just clipped the top of the net. Aldeeb gets it over. Mohan out. 8-4 Tomahawks. Time out Salem. And we are in game number 4 here at the H. Dana Taylor Gymnasium. Tomahawks 8, Blue Devils 4.
Yeah, Brian, and Tomahawks needed this come out swinging in Game 4 here after kind of a disappointing Game 3. You know, they started off pretty hot in the first 2 games there, and it just sort of fizzled out right at the very end of Game 2.
Yeah, every team's kind of entitled to that bad game.
Yes.
And that's why you play 5 here.
Yep,
best
exactly.
Of 5. They got that out of the way, and now they're looking like they're back to their normal selves here in game number 4. Sofia DeGrazia having a turn here on the line. 4 straight points for Merrimack. The voice of Chico Monroe over there, Leah's dad. One of the biggest fans of Merrimack sports. And here is Sophia on the serve. Mohan didn't float that one. But Monroe got a piece of it. Flett with the kill for Merrimack. Wow. 9-4. Let's look at that one again. Flett from Aldib. Mohan. Dug up by DeGrazia. Monroe knocks it into the stands, and that'll end that run.
And, Brian, every time Salem sets it up to the outside there and she gets ready to just kind of wallop that ball, like, gets a little tight up here, you know?
I'm telling you.
Tomahawks able to contain it on that last one, or the previous point.
Mohan, one of the best players we've seen here on Merrimack TV this year. Kept alive by the Tomahawks. Flett knocks it down.
Oh, man, and Tomahawks are loving that one. We're going to see this one more time.
Great job playing that off the net. Flett gives the Tomahawks a 10-5 lead.
Yep, and they're hearing it from the crowd right now.
What a game she is having today. Out of bounds. Tomahawks get the point. 11-5. Merrimack. They've led most of game 4. This is one you got to close, Justin.
100%, Brian.
Got to keep the momentum going here.
Victor able to get it over.
That's a kill for number 11, Lily George.
And we'll check this one. Just kissing that line by the looks of it.
Is that George or Blanchett? I missed that one. All right, it'll be
and
the officials getting together again, talking lineups.
Yep, and we thank the officials so much for what they do. These games cannot happen without the officials. If you have any interest at all in officiating, head on over to NHIAA.org, see what they have to offer. They're always looking for officials. This feels like they're running a little short over there, so any interest at all, even if you just want to check it out, you don't have to commit to anything, just NHIAA.org.
All right, Cruz coming in for Salem, replacing George. Cody Eldib and Althouse up top. And Victor DeGrazia and Flett in the back for Merrimack. Victor to Eldib, to Flett.
Oh, man.
DeGrazia, Eldib. Cody, and that's into the stands.
That is just about heading out to the parking lot. Thank goodness that other door was closed.
She couldn't quite get all of that one. Well, this is a game of runs here, and Salem trying to respond to that recent Merrimack run where they scored 6 in a row in 8 out of 9. Opened up a big lead, or semi-big, 11-5. Big for this game.
Yes.
Salem had the largest lead of the night at 25-16. And we are ready to go with Cruz on the line.
And some words over in the student section. I think they need to keep it quiet during service.
I believe you are correct. Nice hit by Flett from Aldib. RF from NE.
Makes sense to me, Brian.
Point to M. 12-7. I'll be giving classes in volleyball shorthand immediately following tonight's broadcast.
Yes, stay tuned.
Victor over the head shot there. And Hoover couldn't quite get that over, and Merrimack opens up a 13-7 lead. They're back up by 6. This might be their largest lead of the night. And I believe it is. What a response after what we'll call a sluggish third game. Fornarola with the ace.
Yeah, absolutely, Brian. And they must have had some pretty good words going for them on the sideline before between games 3 and 4 here.
So second timeout being used by Salem here as they trail 14-7 in game 4. Merrimack trying to even up this match.
Yes, and certainly living up to the hype, as you might say.
So our fall sports update. Boys soccer, big 7-0 win against Auburn yesterday. We're here on Merrimack TV.
Yeah, check that one out on the Merrimack TV app. That was a fun one.
They go to 5-3-2 on the season.
Yeah, Merrimack, once they started rolling, there was just no stopping them yesterday.
And Fornarolo waiting for the whistle here. And now we're ready. Great serve by Lauren. Aldib to Flett. Kept alive by Salem. Flett with another kill.
And I think they're calling a double hit on that one. Not sure. Blue Devils seem a little confused, but.
So not a kill from Rachel, but third error.
And the student section really should probably keep it quiet during all service, but especially the Tomahawks. I'm not really sure. They've already gotten talked to once, but they're going to hear from. Going to hear from the coaches.
They're hearing it from the coach now.
Going to hear from the athletic director.
So Tomahawks should be up 16-7 here. Okay, there it is. I'm making sure we're not missing points now.
Not again.
So here's Fornarolo. Kept alive by Salem. Hoover. Out of bounds. Point to Merrimack. They open up a 17-7 lead. Here in game number 4.
Yeah, we're checking this one more time.
Lauren Fornarolo on a roll. Tipped. Ace for Fornarolo.
You could have gone on a Fornarolo
I
there.
was going to go there.
I wouldn't have held it against you, Brian. I would have gone there. Even if you just said on a Rolo, totally fine.
Yeah,
right here on Merrimack TV.
I thought about it.
I knew you did.
I couldn't pull it off. That one is out of bounds. Point to Merrimack.
Wow. And a couple of looks from the Blue Devils, kind of wondering Wondering about that one. But 19-7, Merrimack. Talk about a bounce back here.
What a time at service here for Lauren Fornarolo. That one goes out. But, boy, Lauren with 2 aces there. 8 straight points in her turn.
Yeah, that's
really impressive right
awesome,
there.
awesome.
19-8 Merrimack as they are attempting to force a 5th game. D'Amico, nice serve. Aldib somehow sets it up for Flett. My goodness!
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
And trying to force that 5th game. I, of course, had changed my prediction of 4 games to 5 after I realized if it were 4 games, that would have meant a Salem Devils win here in the 4th.
That was one of the better assists I've seen this year from Noor.
Plenty to choose from.
How about an ace from Rachel? I'm on a first-name basis now with this team. They've been so entertaining, so fun to watch all year. And another point for Merrimack.
Oh, man. Awesome serve there.
Boy, I'll tell you.
And not able to get it back over there. Or was it blocked? I kind of missed the whole situation there.
She couldn't quite get that over. Nice tip. And that is a point for Michaela Daly.
Yeah, kind of a weird bobble on that hit there. I'm not sure what happened.
Merrimack dominating game number 3.
Game number 4, if you will.
Oh, I'm sorry, game 4, excuse me. They all start to meld together.
Yes, just like the years as they pass by.
Thank you, Justin.
I'm also a poet on the side.
Yes. Woodridge hits it long. Tomahawks need 2 points to send this to game 5.
Stay tuned after Brian's shorthand lesson for my slam poetry.
Ooh. I can't wait.
Some little extra bonus footage here at the H. Dana Taylor Gymnasium.
Goodness. More confusion on the lineups.
Yeah, just feels very uncharacteristic. Outside of that, was it the BG game where?
Yeah, that was the game.
It felt so odd watching that happen time and time again through that game.
Here is Sophia Victor. Beautiful serve.
Wow.
Mohan with authority. Yeah, McLaughlin felt like she had that.
And it looked like she had it too. But we'll have one more look.
Look at the power.
Yeah, there's. What are you going to do with that?
So that is another kill for Mohan. I'm going to tally those up at some point. Eldib to Walker. Mohan. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Brian, you're looking at the score, 23-11. You think, oh, it's just got to wrap it up here.
Nope.
And even now, it's like it feels like Salem's just going to turn it on here and give them a run for their money.
I am in no way ready to get set for game 5 yet. I just don't.
Salem too good a team to sleep on like that. But there we go.
Leah Monroe has other things to say. Merrimack 24-11.
Leah Monroe making me shut my yam here.
With authority. Game point for the Tomahawks as they try to even up this match. And Aldib completely mishit that one. Oh,
man.
She gets a kick out of that one.
Went up a little short on that. And always keeping them guessing, you know?
She was definitely trying that backspin.
Is that what it was?
Soft serve. Oh, yeah. No
okay.
question about it. And she got a little more under it than I think she was expecting. Here is Riley Blanchette trying to keep Salem alive here in Game 4.
Oh, and they, once again, it's trouble with the lineup here.
And
to the point, or
that is a point. 24-13. Eldeeb to Walker. Salem gets it over. McLaughlin keeps it alive. Eldeeb sets up Walker. Kept alive by Contarino. Eldeeb to Monroe. We go to a fifth here in Merrimack.
wow, Brian, that is. I'm going to watch that one more time.
25-13 Tomahawks.
Unreal, and that is the bounce back game that we were looking for.
How about that for a bounce
the Merrimack
back?
Tomahawks.
And Leah Monroe with 2 massive kills at the end of that 4th game, owned by the Tomahawks, and we are tied at 2.
Yeah, and you're hoping the Tomahawks.
To game number 5.
Hoping the Tomahawks are going to roll right in with this momentum, but I don't know that Salem Blue Devils are going to let them do that, and they've got a lot of fans in the crowd as well. So
the 5th game played to 15 points.
Oh, this one's only to 15. That's right. Thank you for reminding me.
This is a short game. Merrimack has been to 5 games this year. I think this is the 5th time. We had Concord, North, Londonderry. What's the other one? Can't remember off the top of my head. But they have played in at least 3 games that have gone the distance. This will be the 5th. The 4th at least, and I think there's a 5th in there. I have to look it up. But nonetheless, Merrimack has made a statement tonight, and I think a big statement.
Absolutely.
They are one of the best teams in Division I, and that is not even disputable at this point.
Totally agree, Brian. And they're going to look to put it away here in the 5th game, as the Blue Devils get a big cheer from their fan section.
So we were talking about their schedules as you know, the fans are really getting into this game. Both these teams have played very, very similar schedules this year, and you know their opponents, with the exception of one, have been the same, and they have similar records, and Salem beat a very, very strong Hollis Brookline team. First time all year Salem has been taking the 5 games.
Wow.
5 sets, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, Merrimack losing to BG, as you mentioned, a game I feel like they think they should have won. A game we think they should have won. And now the Salem crowd back into it. We are going to have a very exciting 5th game here.
Yes, we are, Brian, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't have enough edge to my seat up here, so I'm just going to just get right out of it.
You know, for Merrimack tonight, I mean, Laurel Deep doing her thing, Rachel Flett doing her thing, but what can you say about Lauren Fornarolo in that 4th game?
I can't say enough about her and what she did there.
You know, we did an Unsung Hero Award last week.
We did.
We may have to, because when you think about it, Flett's been the MVP of this game, there's no question. But Fornarolo, what she did in that 4th game was pretty impressive.
Yes.
And Leah Monroe also stepping up with those 2 massive kills at the end there. And the first serve of Game 5 was determined by a coin flip. We'll see who ends up with that first serve.
All right.
What a game tonight here in Merrimack. If you were just tuning in, Tomahawks took game number 1, 25-20. Salem took the next two, 25-23 and 25-16. And Merrimack just finished off a 25-13 win in game 4. And this crowd is jacked up.
Yes, they are. Talk about eating the Wheaties. It sounds like they've had their Sugar Puffs this morning, Brian. Sugar Puffs, of course, a made-up cereal.
Slez Puffs.
Slez Puffs.
All right.
Fortified with vitamins.
Marina,
all right, Brian, take it away.
Marina D'Amico trying to fortify her team here with the serve. Flett up over the top. Hoover gets it over. Flett knocks it into Contarina. Nice play. Fornarola keeps it alive. Kept alive by Cody, but not quite.
And you just knew that first point was going to light up the room. It didn't matter who got it. But Devils taking the first point here in what's going to be a short game to 15.
Every point so important in the 5th game. Great hit by Aldeeb, kept alive by Contarina. And a kill for Kate Doyle. 2-0 Salem. Boy, Doyle has made her presence known tonight for the Blue Devils. LD to Flett. Kept alive and knocked into the crowd. Point to Merrimack.
And it's going to be loud after every point. I have a strange feeling, Brian.
Rachel Flett to the line for Merrimack. Just out of bounds.
My goodness.
That's a big
That looks like
shift.
it was pretty close to the line there, but
well,
just out of bounds.
What that does is, you know, in a 15-point game, you wonder if her turn's coming up again to serve. And she is Merrimack's best server. So you wanted to get some points there, but there's Aldeeb to Walker. Dug up by Contarina. Mohan with the kill for Salem. 4-1 Blue Devils. Four to 1, Salem. Woodridge on the line, or Woodring rather, and an ace.
Looking a little caught off guard on that one, but just sort of dropped in pretty quick there.
She has been money on the line tonight for Salem. Timeout. Merrimack. Here in game number 5. Woodring tonight with 5 aces for Salem. Boy, you know, I will say, this one is another one of those matches where you say, all right, both teams have won tonight, but boy, you want Merrimack, if you're a Tomahawks fan, you want Merrimack to finish this thing off. The environment here is electric.
Yes.
We finally got one of these games, you know, here on Merrimack TV. Usually the best games of the year are games we're not covering.
Good one here tonight.
But we got a real good one tonight, and it's going to be another ace.
Tomahawks making it really hard for themselves to put this one away at this point. Not out of it yet. But you can feel all the momentum right now on the Blue Devils side.
All on Salem's side right now. You know, Woodring has been their best server tonight. 5 aces now. 2 in a row. Fornarolo keeps it alive. Victor sets up Walker. Kept alive by Woodring. Flett to Aldeeb. Mohan's got to get it over. She got it around that pole somehow. What a shot by Nora Aldeeb!
Wow, just absolutely kissing that corner.
Look at the energy from these girls right now and the reactions after every shot. Aldeeb loving it. Here's Sophia Victor with a 6-2 deficit. Trying to cut into that a little bit here. Oh, she couldn't quite get it over.
That is unfortunate, Brian. And they've just beaten themselves up all night long with those unforced errors.
2 massive service errors in this 5th game from Flett and Victor. 7-2 now. Aldeeb.
And
hits it twice.
yeah.
Boy. Ooh. Time out coming here by Merrimack, and they got to figure this out. Down 8-2 in the 5th game. Will we have an epic comeback tonight, or will Salem hang on and win this excellent game between 2 of the top teams in Division I? We're so glad you could join us tonight. And a reminder, we'll be back again for volleyball Tuesday, October 15th.
Yes, our last regular season coverage here on Merrimack TV. Who are we welcoming to town that night, Brian?
My Nashua South.
Oh,
Purple Panthers.
yes, of course.
And we will relive the days of Brian Gagnon and Panther Prince.
We will hope you'll join us. We certainly hope you'll join us for that one.
1998 Nashua volleyball.
Wow.
I will talk about that until I'm blue in the face. And I'm sure you guys will love every minute of it.
So bring your mute button for that one, folks.
Exactly.
And Tomahawks had a chance to get it over there and just let it drop.
Not the point you want coming out of a timeout. And Salem starting to run away with game 5. 9-2. That one goes long. Merrimack's still in it. But boy, do they need a run right here. And
yeah, they do, Brian.
Turn to Nor Aldeeb. Rachel Flett, Sophia Victor giving her some encouragement. And here we go. Big serve by Nor. Poncherina keeps it alive. Tipped by Walker, and she hit the pole. 10-3 Salem.
And I'm going to reluctantly watch this one more time, Brian.
Yeah. Her hand hits the pole.
Looks like they had it there for a second, but
she had to try to wrap it around there, you know, on the inside of the pole, and looked like her hand made contact, or even the ball.
And the rest is history.
Out of bounds.
Wow, that was a close one. That almost looked like it was in to me, but
like it was in
to
me.
Don't take my word for it. Watch the replay on the Merrimack TV app.
Well, I am
all your sports action.
As a Tomahawks fan, I'm happy that was out, but looked into me. Here's Sophia DeGrazia, her biggest serves of the night. She had a nice run in that second game, and there's an ace for Sophia.
Hoping for another little run here, Brian, if you're a Tomahawks fan. And Salem Blue Devils just hoping to wrap it up here with 5 more points.
Sophia has something to say about that. We'll see.
We'll float her over the top.
Aldeeb gets it over. Been trying to set up. The outside hit blocked by Monroe and Flett. Great dig by DeGrazia. Monroe gets it over. Mohan. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Wow. All night long, the Mohan mash. And Tomahawks not able to get underneath that one.
So I said last week that girl from BG was the best player we've seen this season. I take that back.
Wow.
I'm going to adjust that take after seeing Maddie Mohan tonight. That one's tipped, and point to Merrimack, still alive.
Just holding on by a few threads here, Brian.
11-6.
And they certainly are not out of it yet.
How's your blood pressure, viewers?
Mine is through the roof, Brian. I think I'm going to bust some capillaries in my eyeball.
Catch the replay on Merrimack TV. Flett.
And
kept alive by
somehow.
Oh,
my goodness. And Merrimack very upset with themselves on that one. So frustrating to just watch that one drop in.
That one hurts.
And Salem knocking on the door of victory here. 3 points away from what has been quite a game.
This is Vanessa Cruz looking to deliver here for Salem. Flett. And it's a big point for Merrimack.
And you got to give a lot of credit tonight to Salem for digging out these big hits.
Yes.
They've just consistently been able to get there. That one just unfortunately not able to get over. It's Merrimack serving 7-12.
Lauren Fornarolo was the hero of that fourth game. Let's see what you can do here. Hoover tipped. Eldib to Flett. Mohan dug up by DeGrazia. What a save there. DeGrazia again to Eldib. To Flett. Oh, she missed it.
That is, oof. Man, Brian, that is just unfortunate.
Sophia DeGrazia on that series. My goodness. She dug that Maddie Mohan hit out. I can't believe she got that. Flett over. Fornarolo.
Oh, that looks
to Flett.
keeping it alive.
Put to the Tomahawks.
Dropping it right in on the line there. And Tomahawks staying positive.
They are not dead yet, and look who it is.
Well, well, well.
I wondered if she was going to get back to the line. Let's see if she can atone. Yes! Oh, no! What a save! LD sets up Cody. Blocked by Walker!
Oh, my goodness, Brian. Checking this one more time.
Amelia Walker. Big block. This thing's not over yet, especially with Flett on the line. It's in! Point Tomahawks! 13-10!
And the bench is getting lit up right now.
This thing is not over, folks.
Certainly not.
Salem led this match at one point, this game 9-2. It's now 13-10. Salem gets it over. Fornarolo with the dig. To LD. To Walker!
Oh, my goodness gracious, Brian.
Timeout, Salem!
And we still have ourselves a game, Brian. If you decided to tune out and are catching this replay, shouldn't have done that.
We have got a game here, folks. 13-11, game 5, match tied at 2. You got Rachel Flett on the line. And this thing is far from over. What a match these two schools have put on tonight. These girls deserve
2 desserts.
As many accolades as we could give them tonight. What a game. Rachel Flett on the line. I can't even sit down now.
Yeah, don't bother, Brian.
Good save by Flett. Dug up by Mohan. They set her up. Aldib. It's in the point.
That is just on the line, Brian. Merrimack almost can't believe that one, and just perfectly placed.
It's a one-point game.
I didn't think you'd be saying that this late in this match, Brian, after that 9-2 lead that Salem had. And this place is lit up.
Flett.
Rachel Flett,
D'Amico
perfectly
keeps
placed.
it up. LD to Walker. Kept alive by the Tomahawks. Flett gets it over. D'Amico to Hoover. Out of bounds. We're tied at 13.
You've got to be kidding me, Brian.
Oh, my goodness. Do they have 2 more in them? Time out, Salem. What a game. And the student section getting into it. Merrimack 13, Salem 13. Match tied, 2 games apiece. What more could you ask for? And I'm yelling into the thing.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Brian, it's a little chilly in here tonight, but I am sweating right now. Blood pressure just about topped off here.
Merrimack trailed in this game 9-2. They have scored 11 of the last 15 points to tie this game at 13, and they have their best server on the line, Rachel Flett. Chance
You were hoping she'd be
to
back
win
there.
this. Oh my God, I didn't think she would get there. Flett. Great serve. They have to get it over. It's out of bounds! 14-13! Merrimack! I can't believe it! Game point! Match point! For Rachel Flett. Salem's got to get it up. They do. Eldib over. Victor to Eldib. Ooh, the little tip, no good. Flett to Eldib. To Walker. Oh, and it's dug up by Contarina. Oh, we're tied at 14. Salem's not dead yet.
Oh, Brian, I won't be able to take this. This is way too much.
That was Merrimack's first lead of the 5th game.
And not too soon.
And as a reminder, you got to win by 2. So Salem needs 2 points here, as does Merrimack. What a match tonight here at the H. Dana Taylor Gymnasium. This is supplanting the Concord game for Game of the Year. These girls have battled all night long. And here is Woodring. LD sets it up. Walker over the top. Point to the top.
Oh, man.
This crowd going crazy. And the bench going crazy.
Classic little taparoo.
And now we have match point again.
Who are we going to see at the line next, Brian?
I believe it is Victor who's up next. Let's see.
And
Fornarolo out, Althaus in. They better get this right. That's all I gotta say.
Agreed.
And she's checking with the officials right now. What a game. The crowd is into this thing. Leah Monroe in for Merrimack. Sophia Victor on the line. Match point for the Tomahawks. My heart can't take this. Victor. D'Amico sets it up. Mohan puts it down and return again.
Goodness gracious.
Maddie Mohan. Second tie of this 5th game. We are tied at 15.
Brian, she did the mash. She did the Mohan mash.
There it is. I'm going to need a pacemaker by the end of this game. Victor to Aldib, to Walker. Puts it down! Oh, my! Amelia Walker from Aldib. And Noor takes to the line. Match point number 3 for the Tomahawks. D'Amico to Mohan. Tipped. We're tied again. How much more can you take?
I would say not much, Brian. I'm going to call it a work tomorrow because this is just, it's taking everything out of me.
Both of these schools right now putting on a show for the ages here. 16-16. DeGrazia, Walker digs it up rather. Kept alive, Aldib gets it over. Aldib somehow kept that going. Flick can't get it over, oh no. Salem, 17-16, they're back in front. Match point for Salem. Our 4th match point. And they're gonna lose on a foul.
You got to be kidding me, Brian.
No, this game can't end like this. It can't end like this. Oh, no. Oh, what happened?
Oh, man.
This game can't end like this, Justin.
You hate to see a game like this end on a technicality like that.
One of the best games I have ever seen ends on that. I am speechless. Congratulations to Salem.
Absolutely. Thank you to Aaron over at Salem Community Television for grabbing our stream tonight. Hope the Blue Devils fans enjoyed it. Hope the Tomahawks fans enjoyed it. It was a great game, regardless of the outcome here, Brian.
Let's see if I can get clarification.
Okay. What was the last call?
She was out of position.
Out of position.
Nor set it this side.
Okay. Thank you. So Coach Joe Struby clarifying for us how that game ended. Apparently, it was Noor Aldib that was out of position. She had to be on another side. I don't know the technicality there, but I figured with the way that this game was played tonight and everything, we had to get clarification on what happened there at the end.
Yes.
I mean, talk about just a disappointing finish, but let me tell you, Justin, these two teams put together a game, probably one of the best games we've ever seen here on Merrimack TV.
Absolutely.
Merrimack had 3 chances to win the match. They came back from 9-2 down in the 5th game, and just unbelievable finish. I have to tally these numbers, but off the top of my head tonight, I'm going to give our player of the game to Amelia Walker. She got some of the biggest points of the game tonight. Rachel Flett was absolutely amazing. So we have to give her a shout out. But Amelia Walker tonight gets our player of the game. She ended up with the kill that nearly won it. She had a block that really turned this game around in the 5th game. I got to tally up all the numbers for her, but she was absolutely amazing tonight. Our Unsung Hero Award.
Let's hear it.
Is Lauren Fornarola.
100%.
Keeping this game alive in the 4th game tonight. She reeled off, I believe, 2 aces, and then during her time at service, she had 8 straight points for the Tomahawks. So she's going to get our Unsung Hero, and our player of the game is Amelia Walker.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So, Joe just informed us the actual call was that the setter stepped out of bounds. That's what happened.
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
Regardless, just such a disappointing way to end such an intense game.
Yeah,
And
it hits it end like that.
You really do.
But nonetheless, we have determined tonight Merrimack is one of the best teams in Division I.
No question.
They took on a game Salem team here and gave them everything they could handle. Salem goes to 9-1 on the season. Merrimack drops to 8-3.
Yes. And we hope you'll join us tomorrow evening for Varsity Girls Soccer, welcoming Manchester Memorial to town, and Merrimack TV is welcoming Chris Ortega for the first time. Going to be calling that game. Kickoff right around 4 p.m. And then, of course, on Monday, our first coverage of Varsity Girls Field Hockey, called by none other than Brian Gagnon. We'll hope you'll join us for that one as well. I have 4:45 down, but Brian, you've informed me it is going to start festivities for senior night at 5 p.m. and dropping the ball at 5:30.
According to your boss's post, that's what it looked like online. So,
all right, always double check day of. So we hope you'll join us for that. Brian, thank you so much for calling the game tonight. So glad to have you on board. Thank you, Grace LeMay, back in the studio, for giving us the replays and make sure the stream's going well. Thank you to Yusuf Mohammed for running the scoreboard, as always. Thank you to the officials. And thank you for watching Merrimack TV, your community, your voice.